Hi, second graders. Yesterday, we did a graphic organizer to get our ideas ready to write a letter to our third grade teacher. Even though we don't know which teacher you're going to have yet, we're going to go ahead and write this letter so that they can learn more about you and figure out that you're awesome, which we already know you are. So, this paper is a little different than your paper. Yours is cooler, but I didn't have one at my house, so we're going to go with this. There's a line at the top, right up here. That's where you're going to put the date. Today's date is May 28th, 2020. I put a comma after the 28th. You can write the shortcut way to write the date if you prefer. And then the next line is where we're going to put our greeting. So since we don't know which teacher you're going to have yet, we're just going to write, Dear third grade teacher. And I made the words all begin with capital letters because that's where you would normally put a name. And even though that's not their name, we'll just go ahead and start each word with a capital. I think on your paper, they already put a comma for you, but if they didn't, you add a comma there like that. Pretty sure that already has a comma though. Now we're just going to take the information from your graphic organizer that you did yesterday, and we're going to put it into complete sentences. So your opening sentence was already a complete sentence. And you can see on mine, I went ahead and indented. That means when I started this first word here, I left some space. I left about a finger space or two. And so that's because it's the beginning of a paragraph. So I wrote, my name is and I am almost in third grade. That was just my way to introduce myself to the third grade teacher. So then I put a period. Now I'm ready to start writing the other ideas from the boxes in my graphic organizer. And so you jotted down ideas yesterday, and we're just going to turn them into sentences. So the first one was, why are you excited about third grade? And so we are going to start to make it a complete sentence. You can see here, it says, I am excited about, and this is where you'll list the things that you wrote yesterday. So if you did more than two things, you'll want to put commas in between because it'll be a list. And then the next one was, in the second box, it says, what's something you want your third grade teacher to know about you? So we can make that into a complete sentence by writing, I want you to know that whatever you wrote in the box. The next box, the third one, says, what is a question you have about third grade? So I wrote, to start out that sentence, I wonder, and then you can write your question there, or what you're wondering about. And the last box said, what is something you want to learn in third grade? So I started the sentence by writing, I want to learn. And again, if you're going to list more than two things, you'll want to put commas in between since it's a list in third grade. And then the closing sentence, you wrote this yesterday. We decided we are going to end with whatever you usually like to use when you end for a concluding sentence. I decided to end mine with a feeling. So I wrote, I am excited to see you in August. And I put an exclamation mark, but you could write whatever you put on this bottom part where it says closing sentence. That's where you just write that at the end of your letter. And then there are two lines at the bottom. So I put sincerely. You could put any kind of closing that you usually like to put at the bottom of letters. And then I put a comma there. You might have a comma on your page. If not, make sure you put one there. And then you just write your name. You want to draw a picture on the back. Maybe if you doing something that you like to do, I think the teacher would really like that. And if you want to color around the letter, that would be great too. You don't want to color on the words because you want to make sure they can see the words really well. Also, you got in that envelope that we sent you to this week, you got an envelope, a little white envelope, and it has your teacher's name and the school address on it. So you can choose how you want to get this letter to your second grade teacher. And we will send it to your third grade teacher when we know who that is. So here are your three choices. And I wrote this in the letter, but I want to remind you, you could either fold up your letter, put it in the envelope, and ask your parents to help you put a stamp on the envelope and a return address. They could show you how to do that. And you could mail it to us and we'll get it at school. That's one way. The other way is you could bring it when you come to pick up your belongings next week. You're going to come and get all the stuff that was yours and your PE shoes and all that good stuff. When you come to pick that up, and some art, we have some cool art that you did that's in a bag. When you come to pick that stuff up next week, you could drop off your letter and whoever you give it to will make sure that your teacher gets it. Or the third choice is you could drop it in the drop box, which is at the front door at school, and we'll get it if you put it there too. So that's your three choices. You talk to your parents and decide how you want to get that to us, and we'll make sure it goes to the right third grade teacher when it's time. Okay. Have fun. Let us know if you have questions. This would be a great project for you to get someone to do some conferencing with you, just to kind of check and see how your editing and revising is going. And we'll see you later. Ooh, that was a loud noise. I'm gonna go see what that was.